What is going on, movie meals? Movie me. Shh. They'll hear you. Shh. We're here to talk about A Quiet Place. What? Are we not supposed to be a monster comes in?
It just comes.
Excuse me. We're here to talk about A Quiet Place, guys. Positives, negatives, non-spoiler review. Who started last time? Who should start?
Me, you. I started last, so you should go this time.
Sure, liar. Anyway, I was floored by this. I love this movie. I think this movie's fantastic. I thought John Krasinski, not only, and the other writers as well, delivered a brilliantly written film. I think John directed this film brilliantly, and I think he was fantastic, as well as all the other actors. I think what this movie did is tell us John Krasinski is more than the guy from The Office. He's more than the funny guy.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a breakout performance from him. I think it's his best performance he's ever done in anything. And then I think it reminded us how good Emily Blunt is. Like, we know Emily Blunt's great.
Yes.
But this is on a different level. Yeah, she's fantastic. I thought all the kids in it were really good.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting concept that I love. You know, monsters coming to get you with sound, and you have to be quiet without having to put sand everywhere and do all these things. And it makes for a really interesting dynamic with the characters, and it makes for a really interesting dynamic just in the film as a whole. And I was just floored by this movie. It was tense, it was scary, it was thrilling. Like it had so many moments where you were clenched and you're like, and then something happens, you're like, you're just doing that the whole movie, but you have to do it quietly because there's no sound. There's not a lot of sound in the film, and it was. I was absolutely floored by it. So yeah, those are my positives. Now the performances, the directing, everything. I think John Krasinski is the new big guy. Him and Jordan Peele are the two to talk about for the next couple of years for sure.
Yeah, it's nice that John Krasinski finally got a breakout like this. I think this is going to be the year for him, not only with this movie, but also with this show, Jack Ryan, one of those? Jack Ryan,
Not
okay.
confuse the two of them.
It's sacrilege. So I think this is going to be a great year for him, and it's off to a great start because of how well A Quiet Place is, how well done it is. And what I really liked about this movie, and he's talked about this in interviews before, you can look it up, but that not only is this a horror thriller movie, but it also has ones with themes about how far you will go to protect your family.
It's family drama.
It's a family drama as well, and not to where it's like going back and forth like I hate you, not like that kind of drama. Just drama about like the stakes that they're in and how much that they have to put up with the stakes that they're having to deal with. And I really like horror movies like that. Give me something with a little extra, with a little bit of meat to its bones, and this movie definitely delivers on that. And it really has the payoff for the entire point of the movie works so well in this movie. And part of the payoff just comes from the performances, because not only is this a horror thriller or family drama, but it's also basically a silent film. Like, people do have to be absolutely quiet, otherwise you'll hear like a candy bar wrapper or like someone popping open a drink or something. Like, you do have to be aware of this, but it's completely worth it because just of how amazing John Krasinski does at directing basically a silent film. And I think that was something different that we really need. And performances are great. Alex was right. Emily Blunt is absolutely amazing, and she just proved it even more in this, as well as the kids. The kids were very surprising as well, so they did a great job too.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call this basically a silent movie, because there's more sound than I thought there would be.
There's a lot of sound design. Very good sound design.
There's a great sound design that I think is Oscar caliber nomination level.
Yes, agreed. Absolutely.
But yeah, one thing it made you, because it's so quiet, and as you keep going, you start to realize what they're doing just to stay quiet, and you start thinking in the theater like, oh, I could do that. You're like, come on, it's not that. You're trying to argue against the film because you're getting scared and nervous, and you're like, oh, it's not that hard. Why do you do it?
Yeah.
And then you sit there and it's quiet, and you realize you're making the weirdest noises, or you're a heavy breather. Because that's what I noticed. All the people around me, you're sitting next to me. At some point, we all made a weird little noise.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, what do you do? Like. And there's one guy in the back just munching popcorn, and don't eat snacks during this movie, and if you do, wait. There's a few scenes maybe you could get it where you don't hear it, but that's it. But I was floored by this movie. For negatives, there's like one moment that's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say it. That I was like, slightly kind of humorous, but it's more of like a super small nitpick because it's supposed to be serious.
Oh, okay.
Outside of that, I don't have a single negative.
Wow.
I think his film's fantastic.
That's crazy.
That one little nitpick.
Yeah, I mean, there really isn't a whole lot. There's 1 or 2 scenes I think could have been taken out. It's a fast movie, like it really isn't that long at all.
Really?
But there's just 1 or 2 scenes where I'm like, yeah, it could be removed, make it just about perfect. But yeah, basically this movie is probably going to be one of the best of the year.
I
think
hope
for
it's
sure.
remembered for the when Oscar time comes
Yeah,
around.
absolutely. This is one worth checking out, whether you're a horror fan or not. Like or whether you're a John Krasinski fan or not, you just need
Just
to
go
give
see
this
the
a
movie.
chance.
It's good.
And be quiet.
So my score out of 10 is a 9.5. This is actually my favorite movie of the year. It's just
yeah.
barely edges out Black Panther.
Yeah.
I love Black Panther. And whenever I've been telling friends that, whenever I tell them that, they're like, "Oh, you hated Black Panther." That's not what I said. They're both fantastic. I loved A Quiet Place. It caught me in a way I wasn't expecting, and I absolutely loved it.
Exactly the same as you, 9.5 out of 10. I can see this being one of my favorites, if not my favorite of the year for quite a while, or until something else comes out.
Oh, hush yourself. Avengers Infinity War's in like 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah,
Just calm down.
I mean, we'll see, probably, but we'll see.
This will be my favorite movie for probably most of the year, except for that little film called Avengers.
That little indie film that
Yeah.
everyone's been talking about. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10. Terrific job.
Guys, tell us what you thought of A Quiet Place. Comment below and let us know. Like, subscribe, share, hit that little bell so you get our notifications every time we post. Summer is about to hit for us. Just about Avengers time is when our summer finally hits, which means we have much more free time. And by we, I mean mostly me. So it'll be great, guys. All right. Do all that stuff. And as always, thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.